I'm the author of the website. Not working. That one. There we go. All right. Hello. There we go. Cool. Noise cancellation on. What's going on, everybody? I'm Ian Douglas. I'm the author of the website Tech Interview Guide. Normally, I'd be live streaming some career advice and so on, but tonight I'm going to be doing um, a little more Lego. So we've got the Bricker Builds Dark Saber. They call it the Black Saber, probably for trademark and copyright reasons. But I'm also trying a new microphone, so hopefully it doesn't matter which way I turn, you'll be able to hear me either way. But we're going to be working on bag 2 of the Lego, and we've got the giveaway going on, so feel free to do exclamation point giveaway. If you're watching this on YouTube later on, you need to come by Twitch live when I'm streaming to get in on the October giveaway. So big thanks to everybody that's contributing so far. And yeah, so I'm just gonna hang out and do some Lego. I will kind of watch from time to time if something happens. I don't really have a good mechanism because I moved a laptop, so I don't have the laptop to watch chat, but I've got my OBS over here, so I'll just kind of like glance over and look at OBS from time to time. But feel free to say hello in chat if you're there. Do bang giveaway. I'll do probably 1 or 2 giveaways for the evening, or the course of the evening, and I will go get the things that I'm giving away. So give me a sec. I'll be right back. There we go. All right. So I've got a handful of 3D printed things that we'll be giving away. And so if you are the recipient of the giveaway, you'll be able to choose something like a Star Wars theme or a holiday theme, or what else have I got? With more Star Wars, got a cool little TIE interceptor thing. And so a lot of them are just these little kit cards. I've also got Star Trek, if you are more into Star Trek, and I'm starting to print these off in other colors as well. And basically the plan is to fit 1 or more of them into a cardboard envelope like this, and you'll get that in the mail. We have a handful of those to go out, so I'm finishing up some prints. I'm going to get that first wave of these things sent out over the course of the next week or so. I'm going to be out of town after Monday, so my hope is to get to the post office Saturday or Monday, drop all these things off, and go from there. But for tonight, we're going to work on the Dark Saber a little bit. So this is a giveaway that I won on Amish Aces channel. He and several other Lego streamers were doing a Stand Up to Cancer fundraiser, and yeah, so we're building this out. It's a life-size replica of the Dark Saber from the Mandalorian series. So I'm mostly going to be looking this way as I work. So forgive my posture and stuff, but I'll be over here working on some Lego. So feel free to drop a hello in chat if you want to do an exclamation point giveaway. You're welcome to get in on the giveaway. I really should get some better lighting in here, but yeah, I think tonight we're going to work on bag 2. I can get some of the pieces kind of organized up here, and then we'll get into the instructions for bag number 2 and get that built out. So, S Dragoon 89, appreciate the 4-month sub. Appreciate that so much. Thank you. All that money is going directly into that fundraiser. I appreciate that very much. Thanks for dropping by. Hope you're doing well. How's your day going, S Dragoon? Hope you're having a fantastic, what day of the week is it? It's Tuesday. I don't even know what day it is anymore. What is time? Definitely need some better lighting around here because this lighting is a little dark, at least for what I'm seeing on this side. But hopefully you'll be able to kind of make out the pieces. I like to kind of organize like what the pieces are and where they are, so that it makes it a little easier to find once we get into the instructions. Going good. Working as you speak. All right, awesome. Well, I am not working as we speak because it's the evening and I shouldn't be working. But hope you're doing well. Thanks for dropping in. I appreciate the long time support. It makes a difference on that diversity in tech fundraiser for sure when people come by and resubscribe. So appreciate it very much. Thank you. All right, so we're gonna get some of these pieces built up here. So yeah, we're on bag 2 of 6, and I'm pretty sure that tonight we're just going to be finishing up the handle of the Dark Saber. So we finished up this much of it the last time we did Lego, and then we start on bag 2. So I'm pretty sure that bag 2 is going to get us through, yeah, the end of the what do they call it? I guess the hilt of the saber. So they got some really nice designs and patterns and stuff going on that we'll be getting through. So yeah, that's basically my goal for this stream. So feel free to get in on the giveaway, and I'll be doing giveaway checks randomly throughout the session. So feel free to do Bang giveaway, Robo-Oso, Tangible Studio. Good to see both of you. Thanks for dropping by. Feel free to get in on that giveaway. I'm going to just be nerding out on a little bit of Lego here while we do some giveaways tonight. I'm happy to kind of show off what those things are. If people are interested, just let me know in chat that you would like to see what the actual pieces are, and I will continue to review some of those for all of you. So the first couple of steps here, it's basically just building up the same sort of block that we were building the last time we did Lego. So we're just building this block over and over again, and it says we need 8 of these. So it's just going to be a lot of that repetitive work. So basically taking this one with the nubs on the side up, 1 of these, 2 of these, and 1 of these. So basically, oh, and then 1 of these and 1 of these. Yep. So basically just building out these pieces over and over again. So we got 2, 4, 6, 8 pieces that were basically, we got these 8, oh, sorry, I can't even see those on the camera. We've got these 8 pieces here that we're basically going to be building out 8 times over to make 8 of these bricks. So I've got a handful of these. So yeah, get in on that giveaway. On the last stream, we also did a Bang entries. So you can do exclamation point entries or Bang entries, and that will show you how many entries you have for the overall giveaway. So feel free to do exclamation point entries, and you'll see how many entries you've got. And that'll depend a little bit on how many streams you've been by. Every stream that you come by and visit and enter a giveaway, that'll give you an entry into the big monthly giveaway. One of the big monthly giveaway things is actually printing on the printer right now, and so it's kind of a secret, but it is amazing. It's turning out really, really well. I'm really impressed with the Bamboo printer and the multicolor capabilities. So there's a giant multicolor print going on right now that will be part of the giveaway. Part of the monthly giveaway. That'll be one of the options. Not the only option. I'm going to be giving away stuff that is not 3D printed. But yeah, feel free to get in on my giveaway. I'll probably do a giveaway like every 45 minutes or so, maybe. We'll see how many people drop by. So far we got a handful of viewers, so feel free to get in on that giveaway. And everybody's doing good. You're always welcome to sort of interrupt what I'm doing. If you do have questions about interview prep or career prep, is normally what I'm here for. You're absolutely welcome to answer ask some questions. I will answer the questions. Happy to help people out in that regard. had a really good chat with somebody who came by the stream from one of the raids that we got last week while I was doing Lego and 3D printing. We got 4 raids that night, and one of them was from Mayan Wolf. And one of Mayan Wolf's users, or Twitch channel lurkers, whatever you want to call them, we actually connected on a call today, and we were chatting about how to use LinkedIn and how to utilize LinkedIn to sort of improve your networking to apply for a job. And this person's got a lot of background in the finance industry and works for a really large government entity. And I'm not going to say who because I don't want to dox them or anything like that. But they were curious about how to sort of leverage that because they've been doing that for a long time. And basically their question to me today was, like I'm starting over kind of as a, well, starting this new career idea as a developer, but didn't like the idea of starting out as like a junior dev when they're, they've got all this other experience. So how do they leverage that other experience? So we just had a really, really good chat about how to sort of leverage that, especially getting into an industry where they already work. Would it be beneficial to them to sort of stay in that industry, or do they want to get out of that industry because they don't like it? Well, throughout the course of our conversation, it turns out they do like that industry. That's why they decided to get into software, because they saw problems in software that they wanted to fix. And so they wanted to go learn how to do software so that they could have better conversation about the issues that they were seeing in the software. And so my whole thing was like, that's brilliant. That's exactly the story that you want to tell about why you got into development. You saw a problem, you wanted to go fix it. And so we chatted for close to an hour, and it was a really good conversation. Really fantastic person to chat with. And I extended the invitation to them to say like, hey, if there are people in my network that I can introduce you to, just send me their profiles, and I will be more than happy to make as many introductions as you like. And kind of restated how often I give that as a possibility here on the stream, and how very few people actually take me up on it. So yeah, I'm absolutely willing to make introductions through my LinkedIn. If there's anybody that I can introduce you to, I'll do bang intros over here. And so if there's someone in my network that I can introduce you to, I will absolutely be happy to do that. All right, so we're just chaining all of these together, it looks like. We get rid of all the dog hair as we go. Yeah, if you've got questions in chat, feel free to drop those in chat as we go. Otherwise, I told my bot to like calm down a little bit on the automatic messages a little bit. Robo, so that's really cool. They're fixing problems they see in the industry. Yeah, I mean, that's a really great motivator for why you got into the industry. Wow, this hilt is gigantic. The size of this thing, it's like two-handed. It tells it really tells a good story. It really tells a good story about your passion for why you want to do what you do. And so utilizing that as part of their intro story, but also how do they talk about that on their LinkedIn profile? Because they basically cleaned up their LinkedIn profile to remove a bunch of stuff that they don't want to be doing, because they keep getting phone calls from recruiters from the agency based on their background. And they're like, I don't really want to keep doing that. All right, so based on this picture, it looks like I put these pieces on the wrong side, but I'm pretty sure those pieces are going to be on that other side anyway. So I'm just going to start over here. That goes on the side here. And so they cleaned up their LinkedIn and took off a bunch of stuff from their past life. And so all that's on their LinkedIn right now is where they currently work, which is a really long tenure job. They've been there for 10 or 11 years. And their whole question was, how do I not start over? Like, when people look at my profile, I look like a brand new developer, but I've also got like this other, decade plus of experience. And I said, well, that's what you need to leverage. and talk about why you got into that, why you got into software, based on what you were seeing and what you wanted to improve. Um, and then the question was, well, how do I make a resume? Because, you know, sometimes you need a more generic type of resume to put online, like on a portfolio site. So how do you build a generic resume, but also make it in a way that you want to target a particular audience? So the advice that I gave them was, well, when you make a generic resume to put on, uh, like as a download link on LinkedIn, or if you want to make a generic resume for a portfolio site, like how do you actually build that and still show the value of what it is you want to be doing? Because every resume should get sort of tailored to the job that for where you want to apply. And so my advice to them was, well, you can make a generic resume where you show off a project of some kind, of kind of the what do we call it? Like the fundamentals. Like build a resume with, the authentication, authorization, session management, form manipulation, CRUD database, like, whatever project you have, you want to showcase that on a more generic resume where you can say, hey, these are the fundamentals that I know. These are the things that I know how to go build. And so that resume is going to be very generic, but it's going to show all of the fundamentals. But when you actually go to apply for a job, like if someone says, okay, well, we're ready for you to actually come apply for this job, that's when you make them a targeted resume. And so the other piece of advice I was giving this person is, when you make that targeted resume, then what you want to do is build that in a way where you say, okay, well, I want to stay in, in their case, the financial industry. And so they didn't get into software because they hated the finance industry. They actually wanted to stay in the finance industry. But what I said is, like, once you make a finance resume, then you can sort of hang on to that one and shop that around to a bunch of different places, or it'll be a lot easier to manipulate that resume for applying for several jobs. So if you're going to apply to several finance businesses, then you can utilize that one resume over and over again. So even though you're building a customized resume for one company, you can still use it to your advantage and sort of shop it around to multiple places. So there's a way that you can build a generic resume, but also a tailored resume, which you then kind of shop around. What you don't want to shop around to a bunch of places is the generic resume of, like, these are the fundamentals that I know, because then it doesn't look like you care specifically about them or about their industry. You want to be able to show the value that you bring. So the advice that I gave the person was, like, just come up with that generic resume for your portfolio. You can put that on LinkedIn as a download on LinkedIn if you want, or on the portfolio site that they were building. That would totally be okay. As a hiring manager, I would look at that and go, okay, the fundamentals, you want to come apply for this job. And if I said, yes, I'm going to go apply for that job, at that point, then I would be making them a customized resume. So hopefully that'll help somebody out. If you're lurking, we got about a dozen folks in chat. So if you want to do ! giveaway, you can go check out the text that you see right here in the interface, and do ! giveaway. We're going to do a couple of giveaways while I kind of work away on this dark saber from the Mandalorian. This is from a company called Bricker Builds, and they basically made this life-size version of the dark saber. So I'm working through that. I'm on bag number 2 of 6. And this is just the hilt. So this is just the hilt, and it's enormous. It's pretty beefy so far. My hope was that I could mount it on these lights over here behind me that you see. But I don't know. I mean, by the time I get this thing built, it might be too heavy to mount on the wall. But I definitely want to show this off somewhere, somehow. So my hope is that I can take one of these, like, hexagon things off the wall over here and actually do like some kind of mount where I can mount the dark saber to fit in between those lights. Let me show you what those hexagon things are. So in between the Nanoleaf panels that you see on the wall behind me, basically have a whole bunch of these 3D printed, and it's just a little, just a simple little square. Basically hollowed it out, and I told my 3D printer, like, print it with no top layer, print it with no bottom layer, print it with this hexagon fill, and then, you know, do that really thin and sort of sparse. And so it kept the outline, and then it just printed out the infill, but it didn't actually print a bottom layer or a top layer. And so you can kind of tweak the 3D printer to do stuff like that. And so I measured this out to be, was it 6 inches by 3 inches, I think, to basically fit in between those panels on the wall. And so what I'm hoping is that I can adapt this in some way where it's maybe a little more solid, that while it's fitting in between some of those lights, that it can sort of lean on the light a little bit, because all those lights are mounted into the wall. That if this thing can sit in there, I might need to put like a little lip or something on the back side of it so that when it's fitting in behind the light, that maybe there's a little bit of a lip that's going to kind of stick behind it to give it a little more like leverage to hold this in place, and then find a way to mount the saber on one of these. So I'll probably be redesigning this a little bit once I figure out how heavy this whole thing is going to be, to figure out what sort of expectation I'm going to need for that kind of stuff. But looking back through chat, Afta says I could get more coding practice in if I spent less time watching Twitch. Some channels are worth watching more than others, for sure. Would you say it's better to feature your GitHub versus your portfolio as the main link? I think it depends a little bit on what kind of development you're doing. If you're more of a backend developer, I think having a GitHub profile is probably going to be more beneficial. Having a GitHub portfolio, let me switch over to the screen. Having a GitHub portfolio is going to be beneficial no matter what. If you're a front-end developer, then you definitely want to showcase the front-end work that you know how to do. And so you probably want some type of more visually appealing portfolio of some kind. Whereas a backend developer, if you're not actually building out user interfaces and don't have an easy way of showing, like, this is the UI that I built, then it's a little bit trickier to do. So what I might do is, if you're a backend developer, you could probably utilize a tool like Postman. You know, I use Postman because I work there. But you could probably utilize Postman for showing off your APIs and just say, like, hey, I built this API. You can go run it in Postman and kind of interact with it and see your documentation and so on. But if you're a full stack developer or a front end developer, then I think building a more visual portfolio is the way to go. Now, if you're building like a whole Django app or a whole Rails app or something like that, then you could certainly have some amount of user interface that you can. There are excuse me, there are possibilities. No way there. Excuse me, I need to clear my throat. Cool. Yeah, so I'm trying a new microphone tonight as well. It's a little lapel microphone down here, so hopefully y'all can hear me okay. But just this way, while I'm working on this kind of stuff, I don't have to worry about which microphone I'm facing, and then I can actually put away my spare Blue Yeti microphone. So I've got two of these beefy bad boys. One of them's on a stand that I kind of like pull in front of me, and then one is just on the stand that came with it. Dust. Actually don't need that now if I get the lavalier mic. Yeah, so we're working through the dark saber here. But yeah, if you've got other questions or things that you want to chat about, lost the stream. Let me drop to 160. Looks like I'm dropping some packets here on my side. See if I can. He's gone, even with low latency turned up. Irabosa. Yeah, it's a problem on my side. I'm working on it. See if I can make it a little better here. Yeah, my bit rate is really low. Figure out what's going on. You'll see everything going on in chat. And having intermittent all day. See the chat? Let's see. Oh, it's always fun when hardware issue, all kinds of stuff. Fun. All right, I think I'm back. Let me know if you're still there. All right, am I back? Game's streaming a little bit, but I think it's dropping a lot of frames. definitely on my side. Problems absolutely on my side. Networking issue. Not sure how to fix. My Ethernet adapter stopped working on Windows PC streaming. So I switched over to Wi-Fi, and the Wi-Fi is shaky, but decently close to router. Everything else that's connected to the router works fine, like phone, tablets, and game consoles and laptops. So the audio is okay. All right. So go ahead and do exclamation point giveaway, and I'll at least do the giveaway drawing for tonight. I'll just work on Lego kind of. Apologies, everybody. I was open to stream for a little bit. So yeah. So if you are selected as the giveaway recipient, then you get to choose like Star Wars, Star Trek, holiday, or toys. We got like this fun little catapult, and we've got other things as well to 3D print. So let me know what kind of print you would like in the giveaway. Every entry is going to be into the month-long giveaway. Dropped off again. Entries should start my bot. Restarting the bot. There we go. Okay, so the bot's back online. All right, cool. So you should be able to do bank entry. Cool, 2 monthly entry. All right, so what are we looking for? Giveaway. Probably only have entries for tonight. Only 3 entries, so you got a pretty good chance of being picked. And yeah, you can absolutely you can re-enter as many of these as you'd like for the daily ones. It'll more entries into the monthly. And if you do get picked for multiple of the daily ones, then I'll just package them all up and I'll do all in one cardboard kit if I can, if they'll all fit in the envelope. So the stream is back, but it's a hardware issue. So cool. Let's go ahead and do that giveaway. Please. Whip. Whip, are you still in chat? Are you still there? Whip might have left because I was having issues. Whip happens to be there. Let me know. Can't easily see. Kinda can't. I don't see. So Whip, if you're still there, let me know if you're still around, Whip. We do 30 seconds or so, and we will redraw. We'll give Whip a moment, and I'm going to keep working on some Lego, I guess. Apologies, everybody. I was hoping to work out a little better. And the 3D print that's going on right now looks thick. It looks so good. I can't wait to show it off. It'll finish overnight. And so the Thursday night stream, show that off as one of the big monthly giveaways. And it'll be one of the choices. It's gonna be great. Can't wait to show it off. All right, no sign of Whip, so I'm just gonna go ahead and do another giveaway. All right, so here we go. I think you got like a 1 in 2 chance. Drum roll again. Robo-Oso. So Robo-Oso, feel free to let me know in chat. Do you want Star Wars, Star Trek, Boy, or Holiday? Let me know which of those 4 that you would like, and then we'll figure out from there like your particular color that you'd like, depending on what it is you'd like. If you want Star Wars or Star Trek, I'll probably do like a gray or a silver or a white or black or something, depending on which model I pick for you. It'll be a nice surprise. If you choose holiday and you want like the little Christmas trees or the ornaments, then you'll have some selection of color. I've got like some cool like sparkly colors that I can do in. If you want the toy, the catapult, I can do this in a lot of different colors. So just let me know what you would like. It's not the only toy that I have printed or printable. The other one is one of these little kits where it's just these little, if you're good at these little logic type puzzles, like all these little bars or whatever that you fit together to make like a cube, like it's these little things that sort of fit together like this, and you make like some 3D shape or whatever by putting those together. Star Trek, okay. So I'll do a handful of Star Trek things, and way it'll be like a Deep Space Nine, some prize tips and stuff. So I will get those printing direction. Correct. Then Robo Oxo, I need you to DM me your name, shipping address, email address. Uh, just send that over a Twitch Whisper, and as soon as the giveaway's over, I'm going to erase all the stuff. I'm not hanging on to this stuff. Catching up with the stream. Yeah, you didn't miss much. It was just me me flailing with hardware, trying to figure out what's going on with my hardware. Of course, now it's nice and fast, so I may switch back over and do some more Lego, but still dropping a lot of packets. Every second it's dropping like 30 or 40 packets. So it's probably still a little jittery, probably a little bit too. I'll do my best. Too taxing. Oh, I get it. I want to stay. Okay. But if you are lurking, we just did one daily giveaway. I'll do probably another one if people are going to hang around, and if my bandwidth will hold up and my computer will behave. I'll do another giveaway in a little bit. I'm going to keep working on some Lego either way. I'll probably keep streaming and probably keep talking about just generalized advice. If you've got questions about interview prep and things like that, feel free to drop those in chat. You can go check out the website, Tech Interview Guide. Otherwise, I'm going to switch back over to the overhead camera. So yeah, Robo, so send me your name, your shipping address, and your email address. I only need the email so that I can email you the tracking information. Basically, when I buy the shipping label, I'll put in your email address so that it'll automatically send you like tracking, stuff like that. And then, yeah, once the giveaway's over, I'm erasing that. Yeah, send that over in a Twitch Whisper. Yeah, I'm gonna keep going on some Lego, I think. Everything looks stable now, so hope it's okay. See? Yes. Water here. Fighting some headaches this week. Really keep up with my. Yeah, everything looks stable now. Sure, or how? Can't easily tell whether I'm using Wi-Fi or. Plug into my router. Yeah, using the Wi-Fi connection now, which is fine, but it seems to be nice and stable now as far as like uploading things. So yeah, so I'm gonna switch back over to the overhead camera and keep working. Got other questions and so on. You don't have to leave just because I did a drawing. I'm gonna probably do one more drawing. Drop by, but if you've got questions about interview prep and stuff, to drop that in chat. Also, how's the audio? Is it cutting in and out? Does it seem pretty stable? I'm always curious because I'm trying a new microphone, but it's still going through the noise filtering thing. But I can switch it over to the non-filtered version, but then you'll hear a lot of background noise. Let me know how the audio is coming through on this microphone, because I'm curious whether I should keep using this mic. but everything else looks stable-ish. I'm gonna go back over to this one. We'll keep working on some Lego. All right. So we left off. Looks like we got this part done. Oh no, I'm working on this part here. Flat piece, long flat piece, shorter. Yeah, let me know if you're hanging out in chat, if you've got other questions that I can answer, or just, how was your day? Always happy to hang out and chat with Dream family, so your day. Had an interesting stand-up meeting this morning with my team. We like to start with an icebreaker. Icebreaker, because our team's all over the world. There are a bunch of us here in the United States, but there's team members over in Europe and Africa, kind of all over the place. So one of the questions that we did as an icebreaker is, if somebody new came to your country, what do you think they would see the most as culture shock? What do you think would sort of shock them the most? What do you think would shock them the most? Culture. So if somebody brand new was coming to the country, what do you think they would, as far as culture? Oh, it looks like a little bit shorter. And one thing that I'm noticing about this Lego kit over other Lego kits is this Lego kit does not give extra parts. So if I drop something on the floor, I gotta go find it. All right, so we already put these pieces on from before. We did that at the beginning of this on the wrong side mistakenly. It's like we're just mirroring what we did on that side. This stuff up. Yeah, we had a very interesting conversation about like what we think somebody would experience as far as culture shock. Of course, originally being from Canada, I said, it's no secret that very helpful and very polite. But one of the things that would probably shock people is at Ottawa in the wintertime. There's a river that goes through the city that freezes over, and they actually groom it like a skating rink. And people go skating on this canal. They set up little shops and stuff selling like desserts and treats and hot chocolate and stuff like that. And so as you're walking around, or as you're like ice skating miles and miles, you can skate for miles on this canal. You can stop and just kind of pull over and find a park bench and sit down and have a hot chocolate and get back and keep going. Some people would actually use that as their transportation to get into work. They would actually skate to work and just have like a pair of shoes and a backpack or something. Get off the canal, put on their shoes, and continue walking to the office. Instead of, getting in their car and fighting traffic and whatever, they would just skate to work. Very Canadian thing. Did my answer for the giveaway come in? Yes. So I saw, oh, Whip. Good to see you coming back in. The audio's cutting out on the end. So Whip, you actually got drawn as the giveaway recipient, but you weren't here to respond in chat. So we redrew, and Robo Oso stole your gift. Thanks. The audio is cutting out on the ends. Is it happening all the time or just some of the time? Like if I talk for like a minute at a time, does it happen all the time, or is it like only when I go quiet and then I start talking again? And then when I stop talking and I go quiet, is it happening only then, or does it happen kind of all the time? is I might stop using this plugin that I use for the background noise. The problem is if I shut it off, you're going to hear a lot of background noise, especially this Bamboo printer, because it's. Let me switch back over to this. Let me show you what I mean. I'm going to go switch my microphone input. So bear with me for a sec. This break my off. This is what it's going to sound like without that filtering. So you're going to hear some background noise, and when the printer kicks in, it's doing like a filament change right now. But this is what it's going to sound like without the filtering. And then I'll leave it like this for a minute. Let me know if this is better. Some of the time for me it's inconsistent. Okay. I think it's when you end your sentence. Okay. Well, I'll try it without the noise filtering. Let me turn the volume down a little bit because I know the volume just like spiked like crazy. So let me know if this is a little bit better over the next couple of minutes. And when the printer kicks back in, you'll probably hear like a lot more noise. So let me know if that's like a drastic concern. It's about to kick back in here. So let me know if you can even hear like the clicking and the whirring and the little motors and stuff going on in the background. If you can't even hear it, then it's not a big deal. It's not as loud as I thought it was going to be right now, but sometimes it gets pretty noisy. So I'm trying to figure out whether I should keep using that that noise filtering from Krisp.ai. It's the noise filter that's built into Discord. If you've ever used Discord for audio, it's the plugin that Discord uses. And I bought a license and I've been using it on my PC and on my Macs, and it's generally worked well. But I think occasionally the audio gets a little too aggressive as far as like trying to filter things out, and it ends up filtering out my own voice sometimes. But let me know if you can hear the printer and stuff in the background, because I know to me it's extremely noisy. But I'm curious what you all think, if you can even hear what's going on. It sounds like robot bees. Yeah, that's basically the printer. Okay, so you can hear it, and that's what I'm trying to filter out. Like I know that I can turn on some noise gate stuff in OBS, and I can do it in OBS, but yeah, I would rather just find a piece of software that does it for me. But yeah, robot bees, that's a pretty good description of it for sure. Yeah, not much I can do about that. If I go into the software, curious if there's a way that I can like it's just an on-off, like cancel noise and room echo, but there's not an adjustment like how aggressive to be about it. It's like it's on or it's not. If I go into preferences, audio, like there's a noise cancellation mode where it'll toggle between power usage and voice quality. And then there's background voice cancellation, which I have set to automatic, but it says it's not compatible with this microphone anyway. Lock the microphone volume at an optimal level, yes or no, and allow connection to conference room equipment, yes or no. But there's no like slider, like how aggressive to be about the audio setting. If I set it up in OBS, OBS will let you set like a little slider for like how much to sort of filter, and when you start talking, to sort of recognize like when it starts to hear volume, it kicks in like sooner than later. Like there are things like that that we can do in OBS that I can't control in this other software, that I would like to be able to control in the other software. But because I want to use my microphone and filter out all this noise in the background. So there's a lot going on right now. The things like feeding in all the different filament for the color changes and stuff like that. It's noisy, you know, and I would like to filter that stuff out so that everybody I'm talking to on Zoom or on OBS or whatever doesn't hear all of that nonsense. And so that's why I want to use like external software to do that filtering. I just need something that's going to be less aggressive about it. So I don't know if does anybody out there, do you use any kind of noise filtering sort of stuff? And if so, what do you use? Like, can anybody else recommend something? I'm using like Krisp.ai. It's just a little too aggressive but if anybody's got suggestions on something else I could try, I am absolutely game to try something else. But at a minimum, I thought this microphone would be a little bit better, because then I don't have to like switch my mic input every time I change my view. Although I could probably just attach it to the view that if I'm on this view, it would use a, you know, like a microphone that I set, you know, out here on the desk or something like that. But anyway, all right, so we got that much done. So we got this cool pattern going on either side with these stripes that kind of, you know, play all the way around. It's pretty fun so far. All right, so now it looks like this side, we've got like a couple more flat bits. That one, and then the long one, and then what do we have? We got these little vent pieces, one little vent piece at least, and then one piece with a little round dot on it. I'm guessing that's like the little power activator button or something. And then this other piece here. But that piece doesn't line up. Oh, it does if I slide it. Interesting, okay. Cool. Yeah, I'm pretty impressed with this build so far. It's pretty nice for sure. All right, I'm gonna leave that off camera for a sec because we're kind of switching colors. We got a handful of pieces left here, and looks like we're getting into some white blocks here. So I'm curious if this is part of the hilt, with like the guard of the hilt maybe, if that's what we're getting into here. I know last time I called it the pommel, but the pommel's actually down at this end, not this end. So I'm wondering if this is going to start building up part of the guard or something. Been using RTX voice through NVIDIA broadcast, so that's one thing to try too. Hey, Cyberpam Raid, thanks for coming in. Welcome to the Raiders. I'll switch over to here. So welcome, I'm Ian. I'm the author of a website called Tech Interview Guide. I help people with interview prep, but tonight I'm working on some Lego. I've got this life-size replica of the Dark Saber from the Mandalorian series, if anybody's a Star Trek nerd. I actually won this on a giveaway, and sorry for the noise. I'm trying to play around with a little bit of different microphone settings and so on, and my 3D printer is running at the moment. It's pretty noisy. But yeah, so I'm working on this. It's a life-size replica, so it's going to be, I don't know, 4 or 5 feet long maybe. And I want to try and hang it up over these lights later on so that people can actually see it, like kind of mounted up there on the wall somehow. So yeah, this has been a lot of fun to build. Normally I would be streaming and talking about like career prep advice and interview advice and stuff like that. But yeah, I thought I'd nerd out on some Lego for the evening. So Cyberpam, thanks for dropping by. It's always good to have you. What were you doing on stream tonight? What were you up to? Always happy to hear from other folks. So Tangible Studio says, I've been using RTX Voice through NVIDIA Broadcast. So I had that installed at one point, but I was having problems with my video card because the display port on my video card stopped working, so I'm down to 2 monitors instead of 3. But I'm also trying to figure out, like I had to uninstall all those things, so maybe I just need to go back and like reinstall. Playing some Hearthstone. I don't know if I've ever played Hearthstone. I've seen it and I've watched people play it, and I think I've lurked on your channel actually while you've been playing it. I don't think I've ever played it myself. But yeah, thanks for dropping by. Appreciate the raid in. It's fun to play, but it took a while to learn how. I mean, most games are like that, really. I mean, some are more intuitive than others, but yeah. Yeah, let me see if I can figure out the download for that NVIDIA, what was it, RTX Voice? Because I saw that too, and I had it installed at one point. I just wasn't using it because I was using this Crisp AI thing to do the filtering. But and then when I was having problems, I basically had to uninstall all the NVIDIA stuff, reboot, reinstall all the drivers, and I didn't reinstall the RTX Voice. So let me go download that. Arsemaniac, good to see you in chat as well. Signal is, yeah. So I've turned off my filtering on my microphone. So let me go change it back, because I know it's going to be like really distracting. So let me Let me switch back over to this one. So hopefully that's filtering out for everybody now. So let me know. Sanity. Is that better? As far as like the background noise, do you just hear me? The problem with this Krisp.ai is it filters out too much of my own voice. Like it's very, very aggressive. And so I actually shut it off for a little while just to see, like, I'm trying to figure out, like, is this little lavalier microphone going to be a better option? Because it's kind of out of the way. And the thing about having this boom arm microphone is like, looking at my keyboard, it covers up half of my keyboard. And so I'm like looking around my keyboard like this when I'm trying to type. And if I'm sitting up close to the screen, then I can only use one of my hands because the other one's got to like move around the microphone. So if I'm trying to, gesticulate too much, then I'm like moving around a microphone. So I want to like get that out of the way. And so I thought, well, I'll use this lavalier mic because it's kind of hidden. It's out of sight, but still seems to be picking up okay. My worry though is that the noise filtering on Krisp AI is too aggressive. So I'm going to try re-downloading this NVIDIA RTX voice, see whether that's going to help. Looks like it requires the driver. So is it already installed then? Download the NVIDIA broadcast. Okay, it's separate. I'll go download that again. We all know that AI ML is well made, doesn't have any issues. Yes, of course. My voice is noise. Thanks, RC. Appreciate that. All right, well, I'll go download that in the background. But yeah, I had a bit of a network hiccup earlier. I was dropping tons and tons of packets. Apologies for that. Appreciate everybody that stuck around. I am doing a giveaway, so if you want to do exclamation point giveaway, we already drew one, so it may tell you like, hey, you've got an entry, but we already drew. I'm going to draw another one. So feel free to get in on that giveaway. Did I pick them all up? Did I pick what up? Oh, the packets that dropped. Har. We did an extra giveaway last Wednesday when we were doing Lego and 3D printing for the best dad joke in chat, and Devilbird won. How long was I streaming before? About that long. No, well, which time? Like earlier when it was dropping? I had only been streaming for like half an hour, and the network on my PC started going a little haywire. So it dropped and it reconnected. So it's been streaming now again for about another half hour. Yeah, it said it restarted. Anyway, hello, welcome by. So yeah, if you're hanging out in chat and you want to get on the giveaway, even if you've previously been selected as a giveaway recipient, you are absolutely welcome to re-enter. I don't have any sort of restriction on that. Because if you do get several things, I'll just bundle them all up together and send them to you. These are the cardboard mailers that I'm going to be using to send them, and I can fit quite a few of them in here. Maybe not like if you win multiple catapults, I'm only going to fit like one catapult in here. But if you choose like one Star Wars and one Holiday and one Star Trek or whatever, like I can fit all those in a cardboard mailer and send those out. Anyways, thanks for dropping by. All right, well, let me get that other software installed and see if I can get that working. I think if I remember right, the NVIDIA one, it's got like voice changers and stuff like that too. I'll have to see if I can play with those with StreamerBot. That installed. Hey, blink at me and tell me I need admin access, but we'll see. Yeah, get in on the giveaway. Every time I stream, you can do a Bang giveaway. That'll give you an entry, and you can do Bang entries. So last stream, I actually showed everybody in code, like, let's go do an exclamation point entries, so you can see how many entries you've got in the monthly giveaway. So every time I stream and you come by and you do Bang giveaway, I'm gonna give you an entry into the monthly one. Now I'm not gonna show what I'm 3D printing. RC Maniac knows what's 3D printing, so please don't spoil it, RC. But that multicolor print is enormous. That's almost done. And by almost done, I mean there's 8 hours left. And it's been printing for the better part of 3 days. It's going to finish up overnight, and it looks absolutely amazing. And so that's going to be one of the big giveaways. Not the only big giveaway, but there's going to be some pretty fun stuff. So yeah, feel free to get in on that giveaway. Lightning infill worked very well on that print. Cool. Yeah, I wish I had done that in retrospect. This is pooping out a lot of filament. The bamboo poops a lot, like a lot. But all right, so it looks like this thing, it's got noise removal, room echo in beta. Looks like I can add additional effects. All right, I'm gonna leave that off. It says record my own samples to hear how NVIDIA Broadcast improves your recorded audio. I don't really want to like have to go through and record it, but I guess I'll record my voice for a moment or two to see how it will improve my recorded audio voice, and then I will turn off the crisp and move over to NVIDIA one, see if it's any better. We'll take a look and we'll see how it sounds. But yeah, Cyberpan, appreciate the raid again. RC, how was Earth? I think you were the one that did kind of the overhead view of the table with all the swag that you brought home. How was Earth? Did you meet anybody fun? Did you get to meet like the celebrities and so on? You get to meet like Tom and Joel and all those folks. Again, repeat, don't use the auto calculate purge amounts. Yeah, which I did, which is why I'm like purging out more filament than I think I'm using. But I do need to go in and tune it. I just got really excited about the multicolor thing. So I started this print, but everything else that I do, I'm absolutely tuning because it's taking an extremely long time and it's very, very wasteful. So, we'll see how this print turns out. Well, I know this print is turning out well. I've been watching it very closely for several days now. And it's going to be one of the giveaways, and it's going to be heavy. So, let me do a search, or let me search Stack Overflow and pick the first result and copy it into the code kind of implementation. Okay. Yeah. So someone on their Facebook community actually came up with a chart of like if you're going from this color to this color, like this is the amount to use. So I'm probably going to start with that and go from there. Not even going to read that. I don't want to. Anyway, gotta do some playback. See how it will improve my recorded audio. Yeah. All right. So fine. Now what do I do? Either I changed. Something's going on with my stream. I may be responding to things that are quite old. Okay. It looks like lag on my part. Well, I am dropping packets again. So that's on me, not on you. It's not you, it's me. Losai. Okay, so this is the noise filtering with NVIDIA. Earth was amazing, cool. So hopefully this is going to be better than Crisp. I'm going to actually exit Crisp. You did the swag pick, cool. Yeah, apologies for dropping packets. I'm going to do my best to kind of power through this. Let me know if you can still hear me at least. If you want to go audio only, I'll sort of stop doing the Lego one for a minute. But let me know if you can still hear me okay. I'm curious about the audio quality. If the audio quality still sounds okay. The bamboo is running in the background. It's got all of that, you know, cyber bees, as somebody called it a minute ago. We called it cyber bees. Robo Oso said it sounded like robot bees. So I'm curious now whether that's actually coming through the audio or if the audio actually sounds okay. Let me know in chat if you can hear my voice at least. I know the camera may be a little janky because I'm dropping a lot of packets, but let me know if the voice is coming through okay. I'm still dropping some packets and dropping some frames. But let me know how the audio quality sounds with the NVIDIA plugin, and then maybe I'll just keep using that one instead. Lots of stickers and flyers. My friend got so many boxes of filament that when I showed up to finally get stuff, he said, "Oh, you're the filament car guy, just take the stuff." That's great. That's fantastic. That's cool. Yeah, I would love to attend something like that. My worry is that to fly to something like that and then get all this swag, and I got to figure out like how to fly all that stuff home. You know, I would be looking for like a nearby FedEx or UPS and just like throw everything in a box and like ship it home to myself instead. I'm just typing because video cuts in and out, so not sure how fast you're seeing things. That's fine. I'm more curious how the audio quality is going. So, can folks in chat let me know, like, is the audio coming through any better? Do you hear the background noise of the 3D printer or not? And is the quality of my voice any better than it was a moment ago? Or does it still sound like it's kind of cutting out and so on? Because that's what I want to look at. I'm curious about how aggressive this software is, because this one actually gives you like a strength slider of like how much noise removal I want to add, and so I can kind of tune this one more than with Crisp.ai. Tom was busy, but I waved. Joel was friendly. Tried to give money for Seattle Children's. He said no. Save it December 15th. It's a big giveaway. It's going to be for that. Okay, cool. Well, I'll check that out then on the 15th as well. Bill's a fantastic guy. I've donated to the Seattle Children's Hospital thing in the past. He's actually what inspired me to kind of do this kind of thing, like this ongoing. Like, if you want to donate into this fundraiser, but yeah, I'm still showing red on my side as far as dropped packets. I just dropped to 0. So we'll see. But let me know if you can actually hear me in chat. Let me know in chat if the audio of my voice sounds better or not, at least. I'm gonna keep working on some Lego here on my side. But let me know if you can hear me at least. I might try shutting off some video. That one goes on that side, and then there's a dark one that goes on that side. It's gonna go that part. You met Pezliz, others too. It was a lot of fun. That's cool. Somebody's trying to start a RepRap festival here in Colorado. I think they were going to call it the Midwest RepRap Festival or something. So I would absolutely go to one that's local for sure. I would love to fly like somewhere to actually attend, but I'm just traveling with work right now, and it's not feasible to like do all of those trips. I would have just come back from IRF, and I'd be turning around, and I'm taking time off next week to go on a trip, and then I get back from that trip, and I think I'm going to Vegas. And then there's also potentially another thing that I need to do, or a handful of other things to go see for work. It's on XL in person. The hardware is good, but the software needs a lot of work. Got to see it fail. Yeah, I'm actually really happy that I canceled that. I'm having a lot of fun building the Voron. You can kind of see if you can see the video, you can see the bit of the frame of it over here. It's huge. Like, once I started putting this thing together, I'm like, dang, this thing's enormous. But I'm pretty excited to get the Voron built. Starting to get a little nervous because I'm getting into the cutting of wires and like soldering wires and heat shrink and stuff like that. I'm a little nervous about, but I think it'll be fine. But that's cool that you get to meet lots of folks. I think it's great. I really like the idea of community and like meeting people that you kind of interact with online. Like RC Maniac and we've chatted over, I think, Zoom or Google Meet or something like that. Like, we got to kind of introduce ourselves sort of quote unquote in person. Not quite the same as actually meeting in person. But if I ever get out to your part of the country, I will absolutely connect with you and let you know I'm in town. I just don't know off the top of my head if that's something that's going to happen anytime soon. But we'll see. You can still hear me? Everybody else can hear me? Okay. So it sounds like there's a lot of lag. If you're just telling me now that you can hear me, It looks like my bandwidth picked back up, so maybe refresh your browser and see if that'll like catch you back up to modern times. Because it looks like my bandwidth is back up to normal. It's still showing red, like I'm dropping the occasional packet. But I'm gonna switch back over to the Lego mode here. Sound is good? Okay, cool. Again, apologies for that. I need to really overhaul some stuff in my computer. The streaming system's been working great for a while, but over the last couple of weeks, I'm just having nothing but issues. Trying to get things working and getting hardware and stuff like that. I went through and like started unplugging a ton of stuff that I really don't need to have. So I wanna get better at filtering out like what I absolutely need and what I absolutely don't need. Right, so I got that on there. I got that one on there. Okay, so I've got piece goes here, here, and one up there. That built. Doing a little bit more here. That one, another one piece. Another one here. Audio quality seems to be the same as before, but there's a weird jingle at the end of your voice. Not sure if it's the new system or just didn't notice before. I would say it's probably the new software because I'm trying the NVIDIA one for the first time, at least for the first time on stream. We'll see. In a moment of calm, I had a good chat with Nicholas from Prusa. Oh, good. He gave me a timeline of things coming up for Prusa Slicer. That's something that pretty sure nobody else saw. He showed screenshots of their new tree support in Prusa Slicer. Oh, that's sweet. I don't hear the printer in the background. That's good, because man, that bamboo is one noisy beast. It's not as loud as I thought it was going to be, but if you open the door on the thing, it is loud. Like if you stand right in front of the thing, it's pretty loud. With the door closed, I would say it's not much louder than a Mark III. But with the door open, that thing is noisy. When the AMS is running, like with the motors like turning the filament and stuff, it's really noisy. All right, so that is 100% of the pieces from bag number 2. It looks like we got that all built, and that's going here. So this is definitely building up the guard. That's going flush there. Sweet. So there's our progress, and that is bag 2 out of the way. Latency to broadcaster is 146 seconds. Wow. That's ridiculous. All right, well, I'm showing green now, like I'm not dropping packets at least. So hopefully it's a little bit better. It's now 60 seconds. I mean, that's better. Now I'm hearing buzzing in the audio when you talk. Does that happen all the time, RoboOso and everybody else? Like, are you hearing buzzing all the time? If so, I'm just going to go back to the usual microphone because this is kind of nonsense dealing with all of this. Set Chris back up on the other mic, and I'll just use the other mic. I have to turn the volume up on my laptop to hear you over the bamboo. With the PEI plate, the PSU fan also ramps up and runs loud, yeah. Oh, with the PEI plate, interesting. I will keep that in mind, Feisty Kitty. Thanks for the heads up on that. I also know the audio is a little bit quiet. When I didn't have any noise filtering on, the volume of the microphone shot way up, and so I turned the volume down. So that might have been contributing. Let me switch over to this one. So this is the usual microphone that I would use. That's the Blue Yeti mic. Just means I won't be able to work on Lego because I've only got the one plugged in. I unplugged the other one. But let me know if this is any better as far as the buzzing and the volume and things like that. I'm going to turn the volume down a little bit. It's kind of pegging a little bit, but let me know if that's better as far as the audio. I'm showing green over here. I'm not showing any more drop packets. So hopefully that's going to be all right. Audio quality seems the same as before. There's a weird little jingle at the end of your voice. Okay, I'll go back and I'll listen to the recording afterwards, and I'll listen to the actual stream afterwards and see what it's like. So apologies again for the noise and the delay and stuff like that. It's not intentional. But yeah, get in on the giveaway. I'm going to do another giveaway here in a minute. It's almost 10 o'clock already. I need to go get some sleep too. I've had like a rough couple of nights not sleeping well. Tetaruski, good to see you. Is this part of a coding project or just hardware issues? It's definitely hardware on my side for sure, but this is the hardware that I've been building. This is a life-size replica of the Darksaber from The Mandalorian. And BC to 3D, good to see you as well. Let me switch back over to here. So yeah, life-size. And by life-size, I mean literally, like this thing's going to be huge. This is just the hilt. This is the guard, and then the blade like comes off of this. So this thing's enormous. It's like really, really big. So I'm excited. I think the next couple of bags are going to be just the actual blade of the Darksaber itself. Yeah, I'm pretty stoked. But yeah, I need to get these hardware issues fixed because I have to do a live stream for work on Thursday, and I'm kind of frustrated at audio and networking and all the stuff that's going on suddenly on my PC. I have a problem with the liquid cooling on my PC that if I shut it down, it generates an air bubble, and I literally have to pick the case up and tip the case as I turn it back on to like circulate the whatever the fluid is in there to get rid of that air bubble. Otherwise, the cooling doesn't work. So yeah, it's just one thing after another with this hardware. So I basically started reordering all new like USB hardware, new USB hubs and USB cables and things like that, where I can just unplug everything and just plug everything in. I'm also like this close to pulling to like ordering like one big screen. I'm looking at like one big sort of 40 to 48 inch like 4K monitor and like push it way back. So it'll be massive, but it's going to be way better than having like all these screens. And then I've got like one screen. I've got one plug into the PC from that. Because I'm wondering if my PC is just trying to do too much. I mean, it's got an NVIDIA 3090 in there. It should be able to handle all of this no problem, and yet I'm dropping packets and all kinds of stuff. So I don't know what's going on with the PC. Good old Windows 11. I've heard the Bamboo with AMS is loud. It's honestly, the AMS I think is louder than the printer. The AMS is extremely noisy. I'd love to find some way of like putting some sound insulation around the case, like you can still kind of see that it's you know, moving the filament and so on, and seeing what colors are in there. But I'm thinking about just grabbing some soundproofing foam and just surrounding the AMS in the soundproofing foam, because it's noisier than the printer. So yeah, get in on the giveaway. Exclamation point giveaway. Tetaruski, get in there. Anybody else that's hanging out in chat, BC. So I've got these little 3D printed kit cards that I've been 3D printing. So I've got Star Wars and Star Trek. I've got holiday themed, and I've got toys as well. So the toys, I've got like, you know, this little 3D printed catapult that you can make for holiday things. I've got things like different snowflake ornaments and trees and things like that that you can build, like, and so all these little toys, they all kind of like build out into these or like the kit cards, they all build out into a little 3D toy. I'll make sure that all the instructions get printed and stuff like that. Well, it's not just Windows 11. I'm on like what do they call it, like a preview edition of Windows 11. So I'm on, or the Insider edition. I'm like, what could possibly go wrong? I'll get all the latest and greatest. And I've had nothing but problems over the last couple of weeks. The problem is you can't downgrade to the regular version of Windows 11. It wants to wipe your system to go back to the regular Windows 11. And I haven't got time for that. I haven't got time for that nonsense. It's like, I want to turn my PC on. I want to stream and just do the thing. So I'm going to restart my computer in a few minutes for Patch Tuesday. Yeah. I mean, Windows 11 came out with another patch, and I'm like, oh, should I install it or not? Because since I installed the last one, Windows Subsystem for Linux broke. So now every time I do reboot, I've got to like jump through all these hoops so that I can get the Windows Subsystem up and running so my chatbot will work. So I should probably do that. Like one of these days, I'm just going to throw my chatbot on DigitalOcean or something like that and not run it locally, because it's kind of a nuisance. But if I'm live streaming and I want to like make a change, then I've got to like go through the whole thing of like pushing the code, pulling it down, and restarting the bot. But I did make a command that I can tell the bot to restart. So if I do change some code, I don't have to like go out to my Windows Subsystem thing and tell it to restart. I can just do like a command in chat and it'll reboot. So Insider editions are not what you want to run. Yeah, well, I've been doing it now for about a year and it's been fine. Like, I got this machine in and I'm like Insider edition all the way, and it's been really solid until the last like 2 or 3 months. So something about what they've been doing in their Insider build is like just ruining things. So good times. My professor at school said that was every problem I had because I was using Windows. It was my first Linux class. I mean, some professors just are super biased that way, but like, I actually really like being in a Windows environment with Windows subsystem for Linux. Like, I've been really impressed with Microsoft and the stuff that they've been doing to get the Linux subsystem into Windows. And I'm actually generally really happy with it. But lately, hardware failing, like one of my screens started flickering, and now my video card, the DisplayPort doesn't work on my video card. I've uninstalled the drivers, reinstalled the drivers, and the DisplayPort doesn't work. So I lost one of my 3 monitors. So again, this is why I want to go to just one big monitor, even if I got to plug both HDMIs into that to get into my PC for bandwidth or whatever to drive the 4K screen. That's fine, but I can't use DisplayPort because there's something going on with the DisplayPort on the video card. And it's not a driver because I uninstalled the driver, I installed a different version of the driver, and it's still having a problem. So I've got 4 ports on the video card. I've got 2 DisplayPort and 2 HDMI ports. And I went from the DisplayPort into each of my 3 monitors, and it made each one of them flicker. So whichever one I plugged it into, that started like flickering really bad, or it would be on for a few seconds and it would go off and it would come back on, like you were literally unplugging the plug and plugging it back in. The cable itself was also getting warm. And so I swapped out the cable, tried all 3 monitors, same thing. I tried a third cable, plugged all 3 monitors, same thing. I tried the other DisplayPort, same thing. All 3 wires on all 3 monitors, they all flickered on both DisplayPort plugs on the video card itself. So I'm wondering if my video card is failing. I'm like, great, that's all I need, is to have to go buy a video card right now. I mean, at least they're a little bit cheaper because the Ethereum thing like brought the prices back down to relative normalcy, but I'm still looking at $700-800 to replace this video card, and I'm not excited about that because I'm trying to do a giveaway. I would rather like spend that money on a giveaway and do something fun and exciting for all of you, or have that money, you know, go into the fundraiser as well. So yeah. So go ahead and get in on the giveaway. There's still 9 of you in there. If I do bang giveaway, we'll see some stats. And then I think I'll wrap up close to 10. So I'll do the giveaway right before 10 o'clock my time. So 8 or 9 more minutes. So we got 6 entries. So you got a pretty good chance of being drawn as a recipient. So if you're hanging out in chat, definitely get in there. You will need to be in chat if you are chosen as the recipient, because you need to tell me what kind of 3D thing you want, and then I'll have you like whisper me the details and so on. So yeah, so I've got a bunch of them printed. I've got a bunch more to print, and I want to get them sent out Saturday or Monday because I'm out of town most of next week, and then I might also be out of town the week after that. Still waiting to find out. It might be a work trip back to Vegas for several days. And then there's like another event that I just found out today that I'm supposed to be going to. And I don't even know where that is or if it's remote. So I should probably go figure that out. San Jose. Okay, so it looks like I'm going back to the Bay Area. November 1st to the 3rd. So I'm like barely back from Vegas, and I'm going to turn back around and go back to California. I was just in California, got home for a week, went to Vegas for a day, came home. Next week I'm going to Nashville. Week after that I'm back in Vegas. The week after that I'm going to be back in California. My family's going to forget what I look like. Cool, so we'll give this a couple more minutes and then I'll do this drawing. So if you're hanging out in chat, ! Giveaway, get in on that giveaway. And if you want to see like some of the things like the little TIE interceptor, this one is a Fix'em Dude. What's it called? It's a something class. something class shuttle. I don't know, the printer didn't work really well. But it's like the Imperial shuttle from like Return of the Jedi with the 3 wings on it. But the interesting thing is this part here is actually hinged. So these hinges will actually go up and down as part of the print. And so once you assemble it, you'll be able to like fold those wings up and down, I think. So latency to broadcaster, 37 seconds. Yeah. I hear that from Devrel. So yeah, I mean, generally work is really good about like, you know, you can travel as much as you want to, but just in the midst of all these things where it's like, this one ended up being kind of a last minute thing, but I don't know for sure if I'm actually going to San Jose. My manager added me as a moderator on a talk that she's giving. And I'm like, I found that out today. I thought I wasn't going. Like, they're emailing me going, submit your notes, submit your talk. We got these practice runs. And I'm like, okay, ignore it because I didn't submit a talk. I don't know why you're emailing me. And so I reached out to them today. I'm like, why do you keep emailing me? And they're like, you're a moderator for this talk that your manager is giving. I'm like, oh, I should talk to my manager about that. So I'm waiting to find out, am I actually going to San Jose or not? So I might not be. And there's also a chance I'm not going to Vegas the week after next. So it's fine. If I go, I go. If I don't, that's fine too. But I'll probably say, like, if I do all these trips, once I get back from San Jose, I'll probably say, like, no more travel for a couple of months. Like, I'll do some more travel in the new year. We'll see how that goes. We'll see. Work is actually really fine with like, hey, I don't want to travel anymore. I want to do like a couple of remote things for a little bit. They're generally really good about that. So, cool. I need to step away for just a sec. I need to clear some poop on the bamboo. So I'll be back in a moment. Yeah, get in on that giveaway, and I'll do the drawing when I get back. You know those Easter baskets? I don't know. Well, depending on how old you are. The Easter baskets that's full of like the fake plastic grass. This is the poop from that thing I'm printing, RC Maniac. This is how much poop it's collected over 4 days. This is the poop output. I'm actually going to go weigh this afterwards and find out like how much is this. This is probably easily a kilogram of waste using their default settings. The poop chute box, yeah. Well, this is the box that I'm dumping it into because the printer is big enough on my workbench that I've just got this skinny little box kind of in behind, and I take that out and I dump it into this. But this is the poop from that print, RC. It's ridiculous. I mean, the thing about this plastic is they say it's compostable, and it is in an industrial composter. I can't put this stuff in my composter in the backyard. It will not decompose. But I can take it to, waste management, here in the Denver region and be like, here's some stuff to compost. They'll do it. But they actually burn the trash here in Denver. So do I throw it in the trash because it's going to get incinerated? Do I put it in the recycling and hope that they're going to do the proper sorting of this? Like, they're going to look at this and go, what is all this like wiry plastic stuff? Or are they just going to discard it? I don't know. That's the dilemma. But yeah, I definitely need to go through and tune it. But I mean, part of it's the nature of this thing is really, really tall. It's going to be 24 centimeters tall. How many centimeters is that? Going to be close to 10 inches tall. So I mean, the model is going to be like this tall, and it's like this big around. It's big, and it's doing a lot of color changes for sure. I don't know if I'll be able to pull stats on like how many tool changes or color changes it made, but it would be interesting to see some of those stats. It is doing a thumbnail, and the thumbnail is like, or not a thumbnail, a time-lapse video. And the time-lapse video that it's storing so far is like north of 40 gigabytes right now. It's ridiculous how much space this thing's taken. Did I scale it? Yeah, I scaled it much bigger than 100%. I scaled it basically to be as tall as I felt comfortable doing on the bamboo. Like the bamboo is 256 cubed, and I think I put it up to like 240 millimeters. So I scaled it up to make it as big as I could because it's a really great model. And I went and I digitally painted like every little nook and cranny of it. And then I've been doing filament changes as well. So it's going to have a total of 6 filament colors on the AMS, which is normally only 4. Once I get the second bamboo, I'm going to have a second AMS, and I might try chaining them together and do an 8 color. Maybe not with this model, because I don't want to spend another like 4 days printing this thing, but it's going to be really nice. But definitely need to tune the color on it. So cool. We are down to the final moments. So last chance, if you are lurking in chat, we're doing a giveaway. Do !giveaway. And every entry is going to give you an entry into the monthly giveaway, where this thing I'm printing is going to be one of the prizes, or one of the gifts. And then I've got a handful of other things that I'm planning as well. So definitely want to get in there. Mio Yoku Hockey. I'll just call you Mio if that's okay. Thanks for dropping by. First time chat. Good to see you. So Mio, I'm doing a giveaway. I've got some really cool 3D printed, like fun little 3D printed cards, like Star Wars, Star Trek, and holiday themed things like snowflakes and little Christmas trees. Or I've got toys if you want to do like a little catapult thing and it's all 3D printed. It's great if you've got like a cat or a dog and you want to fling treats across the room. Or if you just want to annoy your partner and like fling popcorn or candy or something across the room. So get in on the giveaway. Do !giveaway. All the instructions are like down here under chat. So you can do !giveaway. And then that'll get you in the daily giveaway for today. And it'll give you an entry into the monthly giveaway that we're going to do once October is done. So the very first stream in November is going to be the monthly giveaway. I forget what day that is. I'm going to go look at the calendar. So November 1st is a Tuesday, and that'll be the last off-schedule stream that I do. But that night I'm going to be doing a live stream kind of around the usual time. And we'll just be doing the giveaway, and we'll talk about like the fundraiser and stuff like that. So that'll be November 1st. So as soon as Halloween is over and all that stuff, I'm going to go through and tally everything up. And then like the last of the things that I need to ship out will ship out probably that week. So hopefully people will get things in time for holidays and stuff like that. Taking up prints for Halloween. I'm not printing anything for Halloween. I printed like the pumpkin dish where it was on a big hinge and like opened up and did candy and stuff. It was a big hit last year at Halloween. I don't feel like printing anything else this year. If I had gotten the Voron kit earlier, there were like a couple of weeks of delays and stuff like that getting the Voron kit. I don't know that it's going to be ready for Halloween, but I mean, it's going to have the real estate to print something really, really big, but then it's the time to print something really big as well. I could throw a 0.8 nozzle on it and, you know, try to crank something out over a couple of days, but I would have to find like all of the orange filament I own to make like a massive pumpkin or something like that. But anyway, cool. All right, well, I'm gonna do the giveaway. So let's do one more giveaway for the day. Royal Nomi has been printing up a storm for Halloween, teal bucket stuff. Oh, that's cool. Awesome. All right, so let's look at some stats. We are up to what, 10 entries maybe? 7 entries. All right, well, we only got 7 entries for today. Tataruski, yep, good timing. Ooh, snuck in on that one because I'm about to do the drawing here. So absolutely last chance if you were lurking in chat, you want to get on this giveaway. So Mio, get in on that giveaway if you're hanging out in chat. And everybody else that's there. Feisty Kitty, did you get in the chat? BC, I think BC got in there. So yeah, do !giveaway, and I'm sending these around the world. So, and they're flexible enough that sending them in the cardboard mailer, they should get there okay. I'm not too worried about them like being bent or broken or anything like that. So get in on the giveaway. It should say how many changes it does. I have a print planned on the palette, 6,000 and 9,000 changes. Wow. Need an adapter for hooking up. Yeah, so I know that there's an adapter to get. I'm about to order that, and then yeah, chain them together. So should be interesting. I want to put them side by side that if I chain them together, I can just kind of reach in behind and like change the plug, and then I can either run it off of the second printer or chain the other one together on the first printer. So we'll see. Yeah, it's really interesting to watch. Like, I never had this level of success with the palette, honestly, as far as the multicolor thing. I never had this layer of or this type of success. So it's been really, really great to see. All right, cool. I'm going to do, if they have it in stock. Yeah, exactly. All right, so here we go. Giveaway daily. I'm doing the drawing right now. Here we go. Drum roll, please. Daddy Wazzy, you have been chosen. Daddy Wazzy, congratulations. You are the second giveaway recipient for the evening. So Daddy Wazzy, so let me know in chat. You have the choice between Star Wars, Star Trek, Holiday, or Toy. And then we can chat further about options from there. So let me know, Star Wars, Star Trek, Holiday, or Toy. And Mio, thank you for the follow as well. Appreciate that. Normally I'm chatting about interview prep and career advancement and so on, but I thought I'd do something a little different and do more of these extra streams for the giveaways and stuff like that. Feisty Kitty gave you some luck. I think so too. So yeah, these off-hour streams are basically just fun times. I'll be doing some 3D printing. I might work on the Voron build a little bit on a stream if that's interesting to people, but more than likely I'm going to finish up the Darksaber. And then I've got the Trench Run Lego kit that I want to build. So we'll see. Cool. So Daddy Wisey, let me know in chat which of those 4 kits that you would like. And sorry if there's still lag. I'm not showing any drop packets here, but there might be some lag. So I'll give you some time to respond. You want Star Trek? Okay. So I'll basically print a whole bunch of Star Trek things and get them in an envelope. So Daddy Wisey, what I need from you, send me a Twitch whisper, and I need your full name, your mailing address, and an email address. And the only reason I need your email is because when I buy the label from USPS, I'm gonna like put your email in there and it'll send you the tracking info. And so you'll get notified from USPS when they get the package and when it ships and where it is and all that good stuff. And then once the giveaway is over, I'm erasing that whole database. I'm not keeping any of that data. So, cool deal. Good choice on the Star Trek. Yeah, I guess it's all right. I mean, I did name my dog after a Star Trek character, so can't be all that bad, right? Cool. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. I'm going to start to wrap up. I have not slept well for several nights in a row, so I need to go get some sleep. So let's go see. Let's see. Chrissy Code's got massive raids. Who else is on? Midnight Simon is on. Haven't raided into Midnight Simon in a minute. Wow, a lot of people streaming tonight. Zombie Hedgehog is on. Go live notifier in JavaScript. We might go right into somebody new. I don't think I've streamed into this person before. They're doing some JavaScript stuff. Maybe. We have data science. Maybe. Well, I don't know. They're playing chess. So is it data science or chess? Can't tell. Straggers online. I got a pretty big handful of folks already. And Chrissy Code's got a bunch of big raids, so I think we'll save our raid from Chrissy Codes. But if anybody's got suggestions, let me know. I'll definitely check out those YouTube links, RC. Thanks for sending those over. There's some guy playing chess. Okay. Let's see. I think we'll go right into somebody new. This is somebody I just kind of recently started following. They've only been streaming for about 45 minutes. They're doing some work in JavaScript, so we'll go right over there. We're gonna go hang out with Coding Vibe. If you beat them in chess, you won Filament. I wouldn't win. I'm awful at chess. My kids beat me at chess now. All right, we're gonna go right over to Coding Vibe. Join me over there. Make some noise in chat when you get there, and we'll catch you all on Thursday. I'll be streaming Thursday, and then I'll be streaming Sunday. Next Thursday, I will not be streaming because I will be out on vacation. So I'll try to do a stream Monday night before I leave on vacation. So I'll do a stream Sunday morning, I'll do a stream Monday night, and I probably won't be streaming until like maybe that Saturday, depending on whether I'm going to Vegas. If I'm going to Vegas, I probably won't be streaming that Sunday morning. So we'll see. Either way, I'll be back on Thursday. Thanks for dropping by. Thanks for putting up with all my hardware issues and stuff. I appreciate it, everybody. We'll go catch you over in the other channel. Cheers.